All right, so Libra season is here. We've got this October peak Libra moment that I want to record a little bit of a video here on about how to engage and understand, and just some of the dates around what will be basically a dose of Libra, a strong injection of Libra. And so let's do it here. Okay, so I want to start, sorry about that. Just this is the first time I've done a live stream video and I'm just still adjusting to what this can be. But look here, this is what I want to start with. The dates of these activations. The moon will come into Libra here later this afternoon, 1842, where I am, 6 in the evening. Later today on Sunday, we'll have a new moon in Libra, which really kicks off the newness in the sign of Libra. But look here what happens. Venus joins 4 days later. The domicile ruler of Libra coming home to Libra will allow Venus to actualize itself way more than it has been in recent months. What is Venus? Art, beauty, love, relationship, pleasures, adornment. All of those Venusian things get quite strong support here starting on the 29th. The thing is, Mercury will re-enter Libra on the 11th of October, and that is going to kick off a stellium. 3 planets will be in Libra for about 11 days, starting on the 11th of October and ending on the 13th of October. So 11, 12 days there where we'll have this Libra stellium. And then this quick fall off on the 23rd of October, where both Venus and the Sun will enter Scorpio simultaneously. So that's a little bit of the summary and some of the timing as you're preparing to plan out your October. I mean, the basic summary here of this video will be something like plan to get a lot of cool stuff done in those first 3 weeks of October. And we're going to look at charts. This is the first chart. This is the new moon that's about to trigger here tonight. You can see it here, right in those first degrees of Libra, the 3rd degree of Libra. What's so striking about it is Jupiter is exactly opposite. And so this is a new moon in Libra where Jupiter has a strong touch point. Jupiter in Aries, truth, the passions of truth. You can think about all the expansions that Jupiter in Aries has allowed in your life. I think it's a perfect time to review some of those because Jupiter re-enters Pisces at the end of October. This is May, June, July, August, September, and then Jupiter comes back in on October 28th. So, it's a nice time to kind of review what went down, what are the kind of new initiations that you want to build on Jupiter's time in Aries, that, since your particular story, your unique story. You see here Venus and Mercury blending here in Virgo. I think that does help somewhat to have Mercury back in Virgo during this new moon, because that gives Mercury some powers. Now, both Venus and Mercury are under the beams of the sun, and Mercury's retrograde. It's been tough energy. I think that Cazimi was a little bit of a pocket for folks that I talked to where they were able to reunite or feel some relief. But having Mercury retrograde, having Mars here, in Gemini squaring the retrograde Mercury, this does to me feel kind of tense and a little bit like a challenged energy. But see, the thing is that will continue to get better, I think, as we get deeper into October, get to October proper and deeper into October, because the 26th, you've got Venus and Mercury meeting, and that's kind of a sweet bit of relief where maybe they can commiserate together or support each other in their recent challenges. Venus and Virgo is often that too much particularity, maybe too much, nagging in terms of the beauty. It's like, oh, that doesn't look good. You need to improve this detail. No, this detail, make it better, better, better. Sometimes that can be hard to experience and relax. With Venus and the pleasures of Venus, it's just kind of chilling out, enjoying what's beautiful. And when we think too much about it, that can be a struggle. I do think Mercury being in Virgo does help, though, us to maybe see clearly and have just enough of the maybe critical eye that can allow for the flourishment of maybe some discernment to bring in, mitigate, I guess, the worst of this. Then we come to the 29th, and I want to just show you here. This is a big marker, in my view, a big threshold, because now Venus gets powerful. Remember, Venus was in the sign of its fall in Virgo, but before that, Venus was in Leo opposite Saturn. It really has been since July when Venus was in Cancer. I think it was, July into early August, where we had a Venus that wasn't quite harmed, and it was free to do some of the things it wanted to do. So we get another dose of that. And look at the cardinal axis. You've got Jupiter and Venus operating together in the cardinal axis, and that starts here on the 29th of September on that Thursday. And I think one major theme I want to key you into is the cardinal axis and the opportunities in that axis in your chart. Cardinal signs are signs of initiation. There may be something we are going to be forced to kind of engage directly or initiate in October. I mean, the world's gone mad. And this astrology, the double benefic activation in cardinal signs, is a nice protected vibe with everything that's going down this fall. And I want to just take, this could just be like where we lean on to kind of get through. If you're checking out the markets, the crashes, the war escalations, all of that stuff's real. And but this might be where we find opportunities. Look where Saturn and Mars do not harm either of these benefics in the cardinal signs. It's 2 sextiles to Jupiter, and it's 2 trines to Venus. So it very much is some kind of sweet opening here. And that's really what I want to explore. It's the major theme of the video. What is Libra? Like, what are these openings around Libra that we can engage? What's the opportunity here? Well, I pulled the Justice card from the Tarot. You can see she's got a sword. It's very serious energy. And there's a sense of discernment. That's the Mercury. There's the beauty and the femininity. That's the Venus. And then there's the sword of Saturn, which can be that kind of harsher discernment. And I'm just, I want to stop. I'm going to come back to the sharing, but I want to get myself full screen here. When you think about Libra, the best way I believe to analyze it and to understand it is you look at what is the domicile ruler, Venus. So we're dealing with beauties and pleasures, art, creativity, major theme of the Libra energy. Second, the exaltation ruler is Saturn. That's heavy duty stuff. That's seriousness. That's the long game. That's discipline. That is not, as frivolous maybe as Taurus, and so this is a component of what we can think about. The benefits of the Libra activation would be to using that seriousification, that depth charge that Saturn can bring. And then finally, Mercury as the triplicity ruler is the mental game. And when you combine all of this stuff, I really do think there might be kind of serious art, heady art, intellectual art. You might want to read a novel, look at paintings, and maybe read read a critic and really try to engage the kind of beauty and the mind in ways that can empower you, and so that's just some ideas, I think, using the tarot with how I would be thinking about this Libra season, and using just the rulership of Libra to understand the energies that might be activated for us. We come to the 2nd of October, the next chart I wanted to look at. Mercury stationing direct. And so you can see this, if this has been a rough period for you with this Mercury retrograde and blocks and delays, I think the blocks begin to get removed right as we get into October. Mercury is now that morning star and starts to move forward again. And finally, we come to the 11th when Mercury re-enters Libra. This is that stellium I was wanting to share with you. It really does get sweet. 11 October, 23 October, where we can maybe do peak Libra and look at the exaltation ruler trining and supporting that depth of seriousness, the longevity, ancient things that have depth and weight. Those can support the art and the creativity and the communication and the relational side of Libra for you. That's why I was saying maybe watch some films, like old films would be good here as just one way to lean in. And then both the other rulers are present in Libra. The night triplicity ruler and the domicile ruler are here joined. And so this is this is why just the technical astrology is like A+ green light for Libra, and really peaking here on the 11th of October. The one chart I wanted to point out is this lovely Cancer moon that will activate the Libra energetic. It's the best moon, I think, of all of them. It's during the waning phase after that full moon in Aries, and you have this lovely, safe Cancer moon protected again from the malefics, aspecting the Libra energetic and engaging with Jupiter. This is a Monday. It's a Sunday, like 16th, 17th October. I would put that on your calendar as maybe a really good energy if you're trying to do something before eclipse season. And then I just want to turn to Rudyard, some more ideas about how you can maybe use this peak Libra. This is from the Pulse of Life. You can find it online, chaldea.com. He writes about all the signs, one of my favorite books. He says of Libra, the Libra type is an excellent manager of group activities, harmonizer, integrator. And you can see the group is Venus, the connection of others, but the integration and harmonization that comes from using the perceptive quality of the air sign, that's the Mercury. And Saturn, of course, can be something where we stabilize, like with concrete, it settles. That's the Saturn. So that can be a way to integrate and harmonize. He says group harmony, happiness, and idealism in human relationships are matters of life and death for the Libra type. And you might just want to think about, I bring in Rudyard because you may consider with this Libra moment, like that weekend I was talking about, 16, 17 October, do you want to do something with a group? I was thinking art galleries. Like I was here in my city, we had a play that was put on. It was just cool to be around people. It was after the Libra ingress of the sun. These communal art events, I think, are a great way to engage Libra season. And so that's really what the point of this video. I want to keep it short, keep it sweet, and give you those dates and give you that kind of heads up. I want to close here. I'll be talking about all this stuff way more detail, but look what happens. Here's the cazimi of Venus, where Venus meets the sun on the 22nd. This is also a kind of peak finality or climax of this Libra opportunity for October 2022, the first really 3 weeks of it. But what happens very quickly, it's the 23rd where everything changes almost overnight. Saturn is stationing direct on the 23rd. And then Venus is exiled in Scorpio, and the sun enters Scorpio, where it will be eclipsed 2 days later, all on the 23rd. We go to like a heavy malefic activation on that day of the 23rd. So keep that on your calendar as another major shift. It's the 29th of September, Venus enters Libra, and then this is the next one where I think you might palpably feel this major shift. And just to see it here, here's the cazimi. There is Venus coming into Scorpio on the 23rd. There's the sun, and then Saturn is stationed during both of those events. All right, I'm just going to wind this down. I'm going to land this plane. If you want to, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this video. I'm glad to engage and just keep the conversation going. Here's my website. You can schedule readings right here. Click on to schedule an astrology reading right on the top. I look forward to reading for folks. That's where we can talk about this, maybe in terms of your specific story in life, because it's really hitting everybody's chart differently. Take care. Have a great week. Talk soon, and have an awesome one. Okay, take care.